morning, children. Today we are going to study some natural phenomenon. So, in this lesson, our first topic is electrically neutral state of matter. There are three types of matter. Matter is divided into three categories. That is solid, liquids. One is solid, second one is liquids, and third one is gases. Solids, liquids, and gases. So, in this nature, let it be any kind of matter. Matter is divided into these three types. Okay. So, most of the matter which is present when it comes to its electrical nature. Okay. So I am saying, once again I am repeating, when coming to its electrical nature. Okay. So most of the matters present in electrically neutral state. Okay. In nature, in which state it is present means it is, let it be in the form of solid or liquid or gases. It is present in the form of electrically neutral form. To understand this, let us recall the basic of atomic structure. So let's start basic of the atomic structure. So what is this atomic structure? So what is atom? What is atom means? Atom is the smallest unit, like cell. Cell is the smallest unit, okay, of living organism. Coming to here, atom is the smallest unit of the substance. Okay. So inside this atom, what are present means? Atom we cannot see with our naked eye. Okay. Inside of the atom it contains protons, electrons, and neutrons. That means atom is made up of electrons, protons, and neutrons. And coming to the charges, electron carries negative charge, proton carries positive charge, and for neutron there is no charge. So in electrically neutral atom, in an electrically neutral atom, the number of electrons present is equal to the number of protons present. That means number of minus charges, that means it is negative charge. Okay, which one will carry negative charge? Electron. So the number of negative charges is equal to number of positive charges. That means if 10 number of electrons is there, same number, that is 10 number of protons are present. That means both plus positive charge and minus negative charge, both the charges will be nullified and that atom will become neutral, because protons is present but there is no charge for the protons. Electrons is carrying negative charge, protons is carrying positive charge. 10 number of electrons is there, 10 number of protons is there. In that case, what will happen? Both of them will be neutralized and this atom will become neutral. Thus the number of negative and positive charges balance each other. Most of the matter remain in electrically neutral state because of this reason. Now, transfer of charge. That means one thing is clear, every atom, it may contains either positive charge or negative charge, or it is neutral. Okay. So you think one atom is there. Okay. It is containing negative charge. That means high number is electrons. Another atom is there. Okay. It is neutral. That means there is no charge for the atom. Now charge from A, if it is transferred to the B, then we will call it transfer of the charge. So transfer of charge, let's see this. When certain objects are rubbed against each other, or when certain objects are rubbed against another object, electrons may get transferred from the one object to the another. So what it is saying means, when certain objects are rubbed against one another object, electrons may get transferred from one object to the another object. If an object loses some electron, it is left with surplus number of protons. Thus this object becomes positively charged, and if an object gains electrons, it now has surplus number of electrons. That means high. Thus this object becomes negatively charged. The transfer of charges is responsible for static electricity in various objects. Static electricity is the main reason of lightning. Interaction of charges. When a glass rod is rubbed against a silk cloth, both of them get charged. As per convention, the glass rod is supposed to be positively charged and the silk cloth is supposed to be negatively charged. Once they are rubbed against each other, some important observations about interaction of charges will take place. That is, what is that is? A charged object attracts an uncharged object. How it will attract? Let's see. Take a ball pen refill and rub it against a woolen cloth. Bring this refill near bits of paper. It is observed that the refill attracts the bits of paper. This activity shows that charged object attracts uncharged object. Take a comb. Another activity. Take a comb and rub it vigorously in your hairs. Your hair should be completely dry during this activity. Bring this comb near bits of paper. Now, it is observed that the refill attracts the bits of paper. This activity shows that charged object attracts uncharged object. Like, see, now I am having one refill. Okay, so for this refill, now nothing is charged. Now what I will do means, I will take this refill and rub against a silk cloth. I will rub against a silk cloth. Now what will happen? Surely one of this object will be charged. That maybe it may be refill or it may be silk cloth, but it will be charged. For our convention, what we are doing? For our convention, we are taking we will take like refill. It carries positive charge, and the sorry, not silk cloth, it is woolen cloth. Okay, now I will take one ball pen refill and I will rub against the woolen cloth. Normally if we see this refill, when I bring near the bits of paper, small piece of paper, it will not attract. But after rubbing vigorously with the woolen cloth, now when I bring this refill near the bits of paper, it is observed that this refill will attract the piece of paper. Why means? Because while I am rubbing, this refill is charged. Same way another activity is, now take one comb and bring near piece of paper. We can see that it will not attract, but you run that comb in your hair thoroughly, vigorously. Okay, care should be, what care is, your hair should be dry. Okay, dry, and after that you bring that comb near the bits of paper. We can see that that comb will attract the piece of paper. So what it is says, this also saying that here bits of paper, it is uncharged because it is not rubbed against another object, but comb, it is charged because how can I say it is charged? Means comb is rubbed against the hair, so surely it will acquire some charge. Now one charged object, when it is brought near the uncharged object, what will happen? Surely it will attract. Okay, so this one, it is clear that a charged object will attract the uncharged object. One more is, like charges repel each other. That means positive will repel the positive charge, negative will repel the negative charge. Take two plastic balls, and so for showing that positive charge will be repelled is, or same charges will be repelled is. Take two plastic balls and suspend them near each other. Okay, see here, these are the two plastic charges. Okay, so I suspended them near each other. Now I will take a glass rod, and I will induce charge in it. That means by rubbing I will induce charge in it. Now when I touch the balls with this glass rod, it is observed that the plastic balls move away from each other. This activity will show that similar charges will, or like charges will, repel. And another is unlike charges will attract each other. Take two plastic balls and suspend them near each other. Suspended them near each other. Rub a glass rod with silk cloth. Touch one of the balls with the glass rod and touch another ball with the silk cloth. It is observed that both the balls move towards each other, and this activity shows us that unlike charges will attract each other. Okay, from the above activities, one thing is clear. What is that clear is? Like charges will repel and unlike charges will attract each other. So how can you say that one object is charged? How can you find means? It's not by touching. For that we will use a instrument called electroscope. Okay, this is the diagram of the electroscope. Electroscope is a simple device which is used to test the presence of charge in an object. The gold leaf electroscope was developed in the year 1787 by a British scientist named Abraham Bennett. Gold and silver are among the best conductors of electric current, and hence leaves of these metals are used in electroscope. So coming to structure of electroscope, it is made up of a glass jar. A vertical brass rod is inserted into the jar through the cork. Okay, so this is the glass jar and this is the vertical brass rod, and it is inserted into the jar with the help of a cork. The top of the brass rod has a horizontal brass rod. So this is the horizontal brass rod or brass disc. The two gold leaves are suspended from the brass rod inside the jar. So this brass rod part, it contains two gold leaves inside the jar. Okay, so now working of the electroscope. When the brass disc of the electroscope is touched with a charged object, so this is the charged object and this is the brass disc. So when it is touched with the charged object, now what will happen means the electric charge gets transferred to the gold leaf through the rod. That means charge from here through these brass rods, it will transfer to the gold leaf. This results in the gold leaf moving away from each other. This happens because both the leaves have similar charges. Next topic is charging. What is this charging is? Transfer of charge from one object to another object is called charging. In case of gold leaves, charge is transferred through the brass rods. Hence, it can be said that charging can happen through metals. Electrical discharge. In the above activity, the gold leaves resumes their normal position after some time. This happens because they lose their charge. This process is called electrical discharge. The gold leaves would also be discharged when someone touches the brass rod with bare hands. In that case, the charge is transferred to the earth through the human body. Earthing. So what is the definition of process earthing is? The process of transfer of charge to the earth is called earthing. So this is about the charges, interaction of the charges. Now comes to our natural phenomena starting is lightning. Lightning is observed as a bright streak of light during a thunderstorm. Lightning is always accompanied by sound of thunder. The transfer of charge from clouds to the earth is from The transfer of charge from clouds to the earth or from cloud to cloud is called lightning. In simple words, lightning is an electric spark which happens on a grand scale in the sky. And mechanism of lightning. What is the mechanism of lightning is, during a thunderstorm, the air currents move upward and water droplets move downward. These movements take at very fast pace, and it results in separation of the charges in clouds. The positive charge accumulates at the upper edges of the clouds and the negative charges accumulates at the lower edge of the clouds. Scientists are yet to understand the exact reason for this. At the same time, the ground becomes positively charged. Air is a bad conductor of electricity under normal circumstances, but when the amount of charge becomes too much in the clouds, the air is not in position to hold on to this charge. As a result, the electric charge is transferred to the ground. This appears like a bright streak of light across the sky, which lasts for few seconds. This is process lightning. See, here I am having one cloud. Okay, so this clouds, this is one cloud, second, so many clouds are there. Okay, this is one cloud. This clouds, this is the upper edge and this will be the lower edge. This clouds. So this clouds upper edge, lower edge. So we know that positive charge will be accumulated at the upper edges and negative charge will be accumulated at the lower edges. So between this cloud and earth, what is there? Air is there. Normally air, what will say, air is bad conductor of electricity, but in this situation, so here on the upper edges high amount of positive charge will be developed, in the lower edge high amount of negative charge will be developed. At the same time, in the ground also will become positive charge, high amount of positive charge will be developed. So at this situation, the air which is present between the charges, it will become weak. That means it cannot hold the charges. At that time, what will happen means, the electric charge is transferred from the clouds to the ground. So this transfer of charge from cloud to the earth, it can be, that means it appears like a bright streak of light across the sky and it will last for very few seconds. Now let's see what are the dangers of lightning. Lightning can damage houses and trees. It can also kill people and cattle. Sometimes lightning can mean a person for life. Safety during lightning. What is the safety during lightning is? No open place is safe during lightning, and hence a home or an other building is the safest place during lightning. The first sound of thunder is like a warning call for lightning. Hence, one should rush to a building soon after hearing a sound of thunder. One should come out of home only a few minutes after the last sound of thunder. You should not carry an umbrella which is made up of metal handle or which is containing of metal handle during thunderstorm. Metallic handle can be potential target for lightning. Tall trees and other tall structures are more prone to be hit by lightning. If you are caught in the open, try to hide under a short tree. If you are in open and have no place to hide, then crouch on the ground and keep your head between your knees and hands. Don't take shower during lightning. Use of phone should be avoided during lightning. Television should be disconnected from the antenna. Avoid operating the electronic switches during lightning. So these are the safety during lightning. Next is lightning conductor. So our next topic is lightning conductor. What is this lightning conductor is? This is a simple device which protects a building from being hit by lightning. It is composed of vertical metallic rod which usually has a trident at the top. The base of the metallic rod is attached to a thick metallic wire which goes very deep into the earth. This metallic wire provides a passage of earthing. When lightning strikes, electric charge goes to the lightning conductor and then goes to the earth. Thus, a lightning conductor helps in preventing any damage to the building. Our next phenomenon is natural phenomenon is earthquake. So, what is earthquake is? Sudden shaking of earth which lasts for a very short duration is called earthquake. So, our earth crust, it is composed of several pieces of land masses. These land masses are called tectonic plates. The tectonic plates are in continuous motion. They keep on brushing against each other or striking against each other. When a tectonic plate brushes against another or strikes another tectonic plate, it results in vibrations in the tectonic plates. These vibrations are experienced by us in the form of earthquake. So, seismic, what is seismic or fault zones? The boundaries of the tectonic plates are at high risk of earthquakes. These boundaries are called seismic zones or fault zones. In India, Kashmir, Western and Central Himalayas, the whole of Northeast, Run of Kutch, Rajasthan and Indo-Gangetic Plain are at high risk of getting hit by an earthquake. Some parts of the Deccan Plateau are under the seismic zone. So see here, this is one tectonic plate, this is another tectonic plate. So these tectonic plates, they are under moving, they will move every time. So when they are moving, what will happen means one tectonic plate may collide with another tectonic plate. So when the collision takes place, its boundary part, what will happen means this boundary part will shake because both of them are colliding. Here this part will shake. This part, earthquake will be caused. So seismograph. What is seismograph is? Seismograph is a device which records the seismic activities. It is composed of an oscillator, writing device and a roll of paper. The writing device is attached to an oscillator. In case of an earthquake, the oscillator begins to oscillate. This creates oscillation in the writing device. When plots wave-like patterns on the paper, the wave-like pattern is then analyzed by a seismologist to interpret the various features of an earthquake. Next is Richter scale. What is Richter scale is? The Richter scale was developed in the year 1935 by Charles Richter and Benno Gutenberg of California Institute of Technology. This is a logarithmic scale which shows the intensity of an earthquake. The intensity of an earthquake is measured on a scale of 0 to 10. But earthquakes of more than 9 Richter have never been reported. The magnitude of earthquake increases by 100 times when we move one point of the Richter scale. This means that an earthquake measuring 5 on Richter scale is 100 times more powerful than the measuring 4 on the Richter scale. Most of the earthquakes go unnoticed by us because they are below 4 on Richter scale. Earthquake which measure more than 7.5 on Richter scale can be highly dangerous due to earthquake. An earthquake cannot cause any damage on its own. Most of the damages caused by an earthquake are because of collapse of man-made structures like buildings, bridges, poles, etc. Sometimes an earthquake can result in tsunami which causes large scale of damage. In famous tsunami in the Indian Ocean which came on 26th December 2004 was because of massive earthquake near Java. Protection against earthquake. It is it is impossible to predict an earthquake, and hence we need to take several precautionary measures to avoid or minimize the damage which may happen because of earthquake. Some of the preventive measures are as follows. That is, what are that is? Buildings should be made quick proof, earthquake proofs. Engineers and architects are the experts who can give suitable advice in this regard. Lightweight materials should be used for making the buildings in earthquake prone areas. Cupboards should be fixed in the walls so that they do not fall on someone during an earthquake. People should be made to practice drills for earthquake. Such drills should be frequently organized in schools and at public places. In case of an earthquake, you should hide under a table or another similar structure. If you are in bed, then keep the pillow over your head and do not come out of the bed. If you are in open area, try to move away from buildings and other structures. Next safety measure is proper installation of firefighting equipment should be ensured in buildings. Fire due to short circuit and gas leakage is quite common during an earthquake. And this is the completion of our lesson, some natural phenomenon.